Well, hello there. It is Sunday, the 6th day of December, 2015. And I've got my toboggan on because you know why? It's freaking cold outside. And because that's just not pretty at all. It's not pretty at all. Um, I have got so many chores to do today. I've got so much to do, something funny. Um, and I've got like 15,000 thoughts rambling around in my head, so I'll try to piece it together as best I can. I have posted before about depression, and and I've said before I don't do a whole lot of deeply personal stuff. This toboggan's crooked as a dog's ass. All right. I typically don't do a whole lot of deeply personal things, but I'm going to today because I think it's important. I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and I think it's something that can affect pretty much anybody. Anybody who knows me or has known me my entire life will tell you that I'm a little flamboyant, jovial kind of person, and that's true. Like in a public way, I'm a lot more introverted and quiet at home than most people realize. But when I'm around people, um, and I've been that way my whole life, and so the expectation is that I'm always going to be happy and jolly and yada yada yada. Well, I have had people um, a really rough year. I've had a really shitty past couple of months, and I have been struggling very hard with depression. I have been severely, and I do mean severely, depressed. Now, some of you may not have noticed it, may not have picked up on it because, I would still try to, while I was out in public, be laughy and jokey. Because the thing about it is, when you're a outgoing person, and suddenly you're kind of not, it freaks people out. My people have a tendency to get freaked out by that because they're not used to it. I'm not used to it. So, but I noticed a really scary pattern developing, and that is, I would go to work, and then I would come home, and then I would refuse to leave my house. I mean, I go to the Piggly Wiggly because, come on, you got to go to the Piggly Wiggly. But I was noticing that I would come home for 3 days, and I would sit in my boxer shorts and play my online Farm Heroes saga game and eat pizza rolls and get fat and sleep. And that was pretty much what I did. And so I was gaining weight. I didn't feel good about myself. Just sad, crying, and that's just not my personality. So me, who hates doctors, I mean, I don't hate them. I have doctor friends who are lovely people, but I hate the idea of going to a doctor. I hate the idea of that. I'm a fix it myself kind of lady. But sometimes you need a little help. There's certain things you cannot fix on your own, and I truly believe sometimes, because my thing was always, well, if I could just get off my ass and go to the gym, I'll feel better about myself, and the endorphins and yada yada yada. But when you're that depressed, you don't want to go to no gym. You want to go to the Piggly Wiggly and buy pizza rolls because pizza rolls are awesome. You don't want to go to no gym. So it just kind of came to a head for me, and I was like, you know what, I gotta have help. So I went last week and saw a lovely, beautiful friend of mine, medical professional, and I said it was like either talking to it was either like talking to a rabbi or being on the shrink's couch. But honey, I opened up and let it all out. Everything about this year, everything about the past couple of months, the whole 9 yards. And when I got finished, she was like, "You're depressed. You're depressed." So I'm currently taking the Prozacs, and there's no shame in that. There's just not. We're doing something about my weight. We're handling my weight issue. And I gotta say, this is day 5 of the Prozac, and I'm thinking that I'm maybe starting to feel a little something. It's made me very mellow, very mellow. People that normally I would want to strangle, I'm kind of like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" So that's kind of huge. So if it makes me a little less crotchety, then all the better. But I said all this. I rambled for 6.5 minutes to say this. If you are struggling with depression, if you are sitting in your boxer shorts, playing your video games, eating your pizza rolls, feeling fat and useless, do something. Talk to somebody. Get you some medication. I have for years been one of these people talking about people take too much medicine. Sometimes you need a little medicine. So, will I have to take Prozacs for the rest of my life? I hope not. Probably not. I don't know. But I do know that for right now, it's a better alternative than what I was doing. And my hope and my plan is I can sort of get myself back on track. There was, when I was living with Aunt Deb, actually, I was in a really good place. I was walking the park every day. I was eating really healthy, leaning more towards a vegan lifestyle, and I felt good. I looked good. Life was great, and I had a routine. I'm such a creature of habit. I have to have my routine. And I function, I thrive in a very structured environment where I know what's coming. And then some stuff happened that kind of completely blew that out of the water. And so I have not had structure. Haven't had structure in a while. And it's just kind of been very chaotic in my life with question marks here and question marks there. And I don't deal well with that. And, I think for so long I have tried to please everybody around me, make this one happy, make that one happy, and yada, yada, yada. And somewhere in all of that, I kind of lost myself. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want what's best for others, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do what you can to please and make other people happy, but I think when you start doing it at the expense of your own sanity and your own well-being, that's when it gets a little tricky. I think sometimes you just have to say, you know what, life is too short, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to live my life. And the right people, the people that love you, the people that are on board with you, are going to be okay with that. And if they're not, well, just move forward, because you gotta be healthy. You gotta live your life. And like I said, it's too short to be sitting in your boxer shorts, eating pizza rolls, playing video games. It just is. So I'm going to. I think I'm going to take me a little trip. Next week. It was a trip actually that I had planned for quite some time, and then I wasn't gonna do it, but I think I'm going to, because you know what? This has just been a really bad month. This has been a lot of stuff has happened in this month, and I work 96 hours a week, and the average person, when you tell the average person that, they're like, "Holy shit, how do you do that?" But I've been doing it for so long that it's just normal to me. But then there's the times when I sit back and I think, I work 96 hours a week. And I do it in a row. I mean, in a row. I'm at work for 4 days straight. And I think sometimes, for me at least, that has kind of helped to perpetuate this slumpish kind of thing, this little rut kind of thing, because it's like that's my routine. Go to work for 96 hours, come home for 3 days. And I've been doing it week in, week out, week in, week out, and I don't, I've not been home in quite some time, which part of that is the fact that I've had the frickin' typhoid since 1973, and I didn't want to go home and make Papa sick or anybody else sick, so I haven't really, I need some time. I need a little getaway. I need some time to just, go and have some fun, So, to those of you that are struggling, there is no shame in getting help. There is no shame in saying that you need help. I am the poster child for I don't need no help. I can do this myself. And I've always been that way. But you know what? Even us people who do that, even we need help from time to time. So if you are struggling, please, I urge you, talk to someone. Get some help. Don't sit there and fool yourself into thinking, well, I can fix this. I can fix this. Because you know what? Sometimes it comes down to like a chemical imbalance. You can't fix a chemical imbalance. Not by yourself. Oh, it's squeezing my brain. But, yeah. So anyway, this has been rambly. I don't know if I addressed everything I had to cover, but just the biggest point being, and the reason that I'm telling you all this is, and don't feel bad. I don't want you feeling bad for me. Don't be like, oh, you poor thing. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually, I feel great. Like this is the first Sunday that I've come home and not wanted to go hide in the bed or sit here and play my game. So that's a good thing. So don't feel bad for me. I'm things are on the up. I'm telling you all this again, like I said, just so that you can not feel so alone. And even a big goofy, even a big goofy schmendrick like me can get depressed. That happens to everybody. Everybody at some point it can, And if you want to wallow around in it for a while, I did. But don't stay there. You can wallow for a minute, but get up and talk to somebody. There's like 10,000 different plans of action that you can follow to get yourself on a better track. And take time for yourself. Do for yourself. I don't like these glasses, and they poke my ear holes. Sorry, squirrel moment. Anyway, I have got many chores to accomplish today. I do want to also mention, I got a little sad. I was scrolling through my news feed, and one of my childhood friends, I had noticed his mother had passed away. Such a kind, sweet lady. And, of course, their family, they've been through some stuff, too. He lost his sister a few years ago, but just such good people. And I hated to read that. I hated to read that she had passed. I guess, here we are pushing 50, but I still think of all of us as kids. And I've said this before, when I think about the folk that I went to grade school with and that I grew up with, I honestly think of us as children. And when I picture each of you in my mind, I picture the childhood version. So a lot of times when I run into you as adults or we have our little reunions and stuff, I look at people, I'm like, God, you're not a kid anymore. And so because I think of us all as children still and kids, it freaks me out when our moms and dads start dying. But we're getting older and so are they, and it's gonna happen. But it just makes me sad. So if you can maybe send up some positive energy and positive vibes for the Vanover family, that would be great. Just such good people, and I know that their hearts are heavy today. So may God comfort them and wrap them in peace. So Happy Sunday to the rest of you all. It's freezing cold. This weather is so cray-cray. It's freezing in the morning, it's freezing at night, and it's like balmy during the day. I can't know about it. So I'm going to do my chores. I'm going to take these glasses off because I'm telling you what, they're like boring into the sides of my head. That's cute. Go, Granny. But anyway, thank you for listening to the ramble, and stay tuned for my weight loss progress because I'm tired of being a fatty. Basically, is how it boils down. And I just don't. And there's nothing wrong with being a fatty. If you're a fatty, then don't be offended because I'm a fatty. But I think it's just a personal preference and how you feel. And I just don't feel good. I don't feel good about myself. So I'm just gonna. I think when it gets to that point, you gotta do something. So that's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully I won't have Cabbage Patch face much longer. But anywho, you all behave. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.